Hello and welcome to GCS Today here on Channel 21, the program that brings you news and information from Gaston County Schools. I'm Todd Hagans. On today's edition, we talk with Superintendent of Schools W. Jeffrey Booker, and we learn about the new Stand Up Gaston program. Joining me on GCS Today is our Superintendent of Schools, W. Jeffrey Booker. Mr. Booker, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Todd.
We are talking about a number of things today. First, our theme for the school year, Celebrate Gaston County Schools, and the number 49. Tell us a little bit about why 49 is important to us this year.
49 is because we're building to 50. And next year we'll recognize the 50th anniversary of the Consolidated Gaston County Schools. And we're excited about that, and we're building towards it. And we have great things that are planned for that, but this year we'll be building to it with other great accomplishments.
And so when people see 49, they get an idea of a momentous occasion. It will happen for us next year with the 50th anniversary of our schools. So we're celebrating Gaston County Schools this year, and one area that we are celebrating are our test results. Test results were released recently, and we saw an increase in student proficiency and academic growth. And so that's really good for us.
Yes, we continue to show, we have teachers working so hard, students performing, and the proficiency is growing. We know we need to continue to improve, but what we really focus on is the true growth of our children. And when you look at our numbers, 84% of our children met or exceeded growth in a 1 year of academic accomplishment. And that's just a great statistic to be talking about.
And so we are seeing those steady increases, and I think as a superintendent, that's what you want to see.
Well, what we know is this is sustainable. Last year, we were just breaking through on the 80% of everyone exceeding and meeting growth. And to 84, it shows we're doing the right things. Our teachers are providing quality instruction, and it's allowing our children to show what they can do.
Now, another area that we are celebrating is our graduation rate. It is at 88.3%. It's up again this year, and it's the highest ever for the school district.
If you go back to 2006, when we started tracking this, over 20% gain in our graduation rate. We have surpassed the state and continue to be above the state average, but we're not looking to be average. If you look this year, we've got a number of schools greater than 90%, and that shows a continued growth.
Yeah, we have 8 high schools that are above 90%, and just 3 years ago, we had only 4 schools. So it shows that increase that we're having with our graduation rate.
And that takes a lot of work, and what you see also with that increased graduation rate is look at the scholarships our children are earning in the millions of dollars in scholarships, and going to great institutions and doing great things. And we've also had folks that have joined the military and are already being accomplished in the military. So as you look at that 20-year growth, a lot of incredible things have come out of that.
And I think it's important to note again, you mentioned 2006. In 2006, we were at 68.1%, and now we're at 88.3%. So that is an increase of 20.2 points. That's pretty impressive.
Yes, and it's the whole community working to make that contribution.
Now, we're also celebrating school construction. And in August, we had the grand opening of Pleasant Ridge Elementary School, brand new facility. And we're looking forward to another grand opening with the new Stanley Middle School. Talk to us about these 2 facilities.
Well, it's just great to be in a community that invests in education and shows the value of it. And to have been at that school in August when the new students arrived and getting to watch their faces as they walked into that brand new building, and the old building's in the background because we built it on the same site to try and be as economical in construction as we could be. And they knew the difference, and to watch the staff and faculty as they were engaging. So it was a long year of construction while they watched it come, and then they got to see the reward of that. And it's just a great facility, state of the art. Media Center is phenomenal with what's going on with the learning spaces that are there. And the same thing will happen in Stanley. This spring, when we're able to occupy that, you'll see the same excitement and the same quality of construction that allows for great education to go on.
And it is exciting. We say that over and over, but it is exciting for us to have 2 brand new school facilities opening in the same school year.
Yes, it's great to, again, it's back to our community believing in public education and investing in public education.
Okay, along with 2 new schools, we introduced 2 new magnet programs this year. The Gifted and Talent Academy, which is located at Pleasant Ridge, and then the Gaston County Virtual Academy. Talk to us first a little bit about the Gifted and Talented Academy.
Well, let's step back and just think about choice. We believe that our community wants choice in the education, and we have expanded our choice options. We've had the Highland School of Technology, which is internationally recognized for what it provides. And then we have the early college, which, look at the early college, an A rating in the grading system, and just being recognized for what it is doing. So we've expanded our choice. Hawks Nest STEAM Academy, with overabundance of folks saying we want to be a part of that. So we've added another one with the academically gifted programs. And what we recognize there is having children have an opportunity. It's a whole school-wide enrichment model. So the entire school is part of the program and growing. And we're just excited that we're offering these opportunities for our community.
And another magnet program is the Gaston County Virtual Academy for middle schools. Tell us about that program.
What we know is that middle schools are a time when people make a lot of choices. And so we wanted to afford people an opportunity to say, how can I structure my academic career? Because we have children that are excelling in other areas, and they need flexibility in their academic calendar to allow them to succeed in those areas, but still get their education. And so we're offering this virtual academy, and it provides a support structure. It's not just online courses. We have tutors available. We have a director over the program. The parents come for monthly meetings. And so it's a way of allowing children some flexibility in their schedule. And we're really excited about that opportunity. And we hope that it will be something we can grow as we move forward.
Yeah, with that virtual academy, you really give students that personalized online learning through that program.
Yeah.
Okay, now, our parents, our volunteers, this is always the time of the year when we're encouraging our parents to get involved, volunteers, mentors, business partners. Why is that important for this community to be directly involved with schools?
What we know is no matter what study you do, a community is only as healthy as its public school system. And from our parent-teacher organizations that put so much life and vitality in each of our schools and supporting the teachers and the needs that we have in schools, they're each community oriented. But what we like is folks who may not have children in our system, come be a mentor, speak into a child's life and invest that time. 1 hour a week can be the difference, and that's how our graduation rate goes up 20 points. People invest. Our business community, we have some great business partners where they have stepped in, sponsored. We have an advanced manufacturing program that is a partnership between the Gaston County Public Schools and the Gaston College. And we have business partners that are partnering with us to provide that. And so we have apprenticeship programs that are going on that are successful because we understand that career readiness means more than applying to a 4-year college. There are a lot of opportunities in our community. So all of that fits together and becomes what makes Gaston County Schools a great asset to our community.
And just recently with our business partners and also with our community partners, we can point to the school supply collection drive we had within the past month or so.
Oh yeah,
the success of that.
Parked out on Franklin Boulevard, the big orange bus, people blowing the horns, coming by, cheerleaders cheering, but folks were giving materials. We had one of our corporate partners gave so many materials to one school, we had to back some of them and take them to another school.
It's good to share, right?
Oh,
it's good to share those supplies.
Yeah, but it's also talking about a community that cares, which is a great thing about Gaston County. People care about one another, and we feel that in our schools, and it's a great honor to be a part of that.
And we want our parents, our community members, our business partners, we want them to stay connected with us, and they can do that by our website, the mobile app, social media. There are many ways that you can stay connected with us and know what's going on in our schools, and we want people to be involved in our schools.
Oh, yes, and we encourage our parents, start with your school, get to know your teachers, your children, and how that interaction is, and know the administration at your schools, because we are the fabric in these communities.
What are you looking forward to with the 2017-2018 school year?
I think we'll continue to see the growth, and it is exciting to be out in our schools. We had a great event last week that I was at one of the elementary schools, and they had community partners in. It was Career Day, and it was called Dot Day, and what's your dot? What's your mark in the world? And to have firemen, police officers, real estate, health officials all come in and let the kids just go from booth to booth talking and understanding. And Todd, what's impressive about that is it was 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. We began talking about what life is and with the careers they can go at a very young age. And that's, again, this community involvement. And you could see those children, the energy, and I can be this, I can do that. And so it's just exciting to be a part of it. And I think we have great opportunities.
We have a lot to celebrate in Gaston County Schools, and we are celebrating so much in our 49th year and looking forward to our 50th anniversary celebration next school year. Superintendent of Schools W. Jeffrey Booker, thanks so much for being with us here today on GCS Today.
Thank you, Todd.
You are watching GCS Today here on Channel 21. We will be right back.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Joining me on GCS Today is Dr. Amy Parker. She is the Director of Counseling Services for Gaston County Schools. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
We are talking today about Stand Up Gaston, a new program for us. So let's begin. What is Stand Up Gaston?
Well, Stand Up Gaston is our newest local initiative to look at bullying and healthy relationships in safe schools. But we have a history of doing that. So throughout time, starting in about 2000, we worked with the Students Against Violence Everywhere, which is a national organization. And we had clubs in our middle and high schools, and we did a lot of community service and awareness projects. We transitioned in 2010, and Gaston County Schools was the first district to go district-wide with the Rachel's Challenge Initiative, where we looked at kindness and compassion. So certainly we want to continue those things. There were clubs and events in the schools related to those, and those will certainly continue. But we're just going to transition that focus to Stand Up Gaston, really getting everybody behind this idea that we are, as a whole, wanting to have safe and safe schools that are welcoming to students. And so Stand Up Gaston, we worked with committee to kind of come up with what speaks to our students and to our communities. And so the S is for seeking healthy relationships. So that's certainly the first step in having a safe school. The T is for talk and listen. And I always like to emphasize that it's important to say your piece, but also to be willing to listen to others. The A is for accepting differences. The N is for never tolerate violence and abuse. We always want to have that focus on safety in our schools and finding peaceful resolution to conflicts. The D is for do something to help. Often with bullying, as you're considering that, part of that bullying component is the bystander, the person who sees what's happening but doesn't do anything. And to the person being bullied, that can feel like they're supporting what's going on. So it makes it feel bigger than just the individual who is the bully. The U is for to unite to make a change, and the P is for pledging your support. So we're taking all that and this whole idea of, we want to stand up as a community for safety and the health and well-being of our students, which will make them even more successful in our schools.
So we started with the SAVE clubs, we had Rachel's Challenge, and now we're transitioning to Stand Up Gaston.
Right, absolutely.
Talk a little bit about who is involved with we have some partners that are involved with Stand Up Gaston to help us make it possible. Talk about our partners with this program.
Absolutely, and we're very excited to work with the Shelter of Gaston County, which is a resource center for battered women and domestic violence, and they are under the umbrella of the Department of Health and Human Services, who we partner with as they're protecting children as well. So we're working with them on the resources. They have helped us in the design of brochures and information that's going to help us to get the Stand Up program known in the community. We're also working with them on a curriculum for our ninth grade students in the health and PE course, and it will focus on healthy relationships, looking at friendships, anti-bullying, and also dating relationships, so reducing any potential for dating violence.
So there are a number of activities planned. What is ahead for Stand Up Gaston?
Well, it's very exciting, and it is a K-12 initiative. Bullying is is a concern across all grade levels, so we definitely want to make sure we're addressing it, raising awareness, having more education about it, and ultimately raising prevention of any bullying in our schools. So with our high schools and middle schools in October, which is Bullying Prevention Month, we will have a speaker coming out who will do a program about healthy relationships and also goal setting, because if you're focused on a goal and what you want for your future, then you're less likely to get distracted into negative things in the schools, such as bullying. So we definitely want to make sure students have that focus, and also just discussing anti-bullying. In our elementary schools, we have recently started a new program, the Strong Start program, and this is something that our school counselors will be doing programming monthly in the schools, where they're working with the students. And it's a social emotional learning, so learning how to be a good friend, learning how to manage your emotions effectively so that you don't lash out against someone else, another student or something like that. And so we certainly see a natural fit for introducing the Stand Up program and anti-bullying into that.
So we say that Stand Up Gaston is a new program, but I think it's important for people to know that the idea of having programs in our schools that talk about relationships, tolerance, understanding, friendships, compassion, kindness, it's not really new to the school district. We've had those over a number of years.
Absolutely. It's just giving a new name to it and giving us something where we can get people energized about it and just focused again. So, but it's always been there and certainly been a big part of the initiative for our school counseling programs.
Now, as a former school counselor and now as our director of school counseling, why do you believe that a program like this is so important?
Well, I think it's so important because what we need is everyone to be aware of what's happening. Bullying, as I mentioned before, is not just about the bully and the person being bullied, the victim, but it's also about the bystanders, because other people see that and really want to work in to understand what bullying is. Bullying is not a mean comment to somebody one time or someone having a bad day and saying something rude to another student. It is about repeated pattern of aggressive behavior, and that can come out as physical bullying. It could be spoken, it could be written, it could be online through social media. So there's a lot of different ways that may happen and that may occur. But one effective way is if other people are not accepting that. So if other students see that a student's being bullied and they don't let them be isolated. One of the things with Rachel's challenge initially was invite them to your table for lunch, go sit with them. So still want to keep those whole mindsets of kindness and compassion in addition to this program. So, we have a continuity of that. We want to make sure that students are thinking about how they treat other people and the impact of their words and what they're saying and doing can have such an impact on their peers, and we want that impact to be positive.
What advice do you have for students and also for parents to help them with bullying?
Well, I think the key is communication. I think certainly the schools can't address a problem they don't know about. So certainly if there's something going on, please tell someone. Tell your school counselors, tell your administrators, tell your teachers, tell a trusted adult in the school, and let them know what's happening and understand that the more information that they are able to have, the better they are able to protect all students and also to resolve any situation. So I think the real key is communication and trusting those partners at the school system and others to make sure that they are going to be able to help the young person. And again, just understanding what bullying is, that it is a repeated pattern of aggressive behavior, and we just want to try to reduce that as much as possible.
Well, we are looking forward to our new Stand Up Gaston program rolling out in the month of October in Gaston County Schools. It's going to be a great program for all of our schools.
Yes.
Dr. Amy Parker, our Director of Counseling Services, thank you so much for being with us today on GCS Today.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching GCS Today. Stay tuned to Channel 21 for the latest school news and information. We look forward to seeing you next time.